really that needs a mischance, like causes a mischance. The MKB is not really called for, so I'm gonna go ahead and say probably a Daedalus. And this is gonna be a Roshan. Mirana picks that up. Go with the person who's more farmed. Although Chaos Knight's slowly making a recovery. Most likely an Aghanim Scepter being worked on. The Enchantress, yep, looks like it. Got herself the Point Booster and the Ogre Club. Just trying to make herself nice and tanky. Mirana finds herself a regen room. So now that they have the Aegis, I expect to see some pretty aggressive smokes, ganks, like smoke ganks, pushing, just something. And there you go. They pop the Mirana ult, looking to use this as an engagement. They're going to do a 3-second Chaos Bolt onto this Venomancer. He's going to get brought down right away. They're actually going to get a 2-second Chaos Bolt on the Chaos Knight. The Chain Frost is just going to bounce between all of these illusions. Beastmaster gets a double kill. Darkseer goes down as well. Anti-Mage is the only survivor. Chain Frost is unfortunately not the best up against a Chaos Knight and a Mirana with Manta, because it just allows, it's more targets that it's going to be bouncing between. All those illusions are going to soak up some of those bounces. This is going to be a tier 3 actually, because I do not believe anyone has buyback. Nope. Darkseer could. And Anti-Mage actually gets a huge arrow. I do believe that was a 5-second arrow. That's going to be Barracks, though. So the mid-racks are down. Beastmaster's just going to TP out. Lich is going to come through, lay a sentry, assuming that they were going to try and lay down wards. And the ranged racks manages to survive. Now Mirana, yeah, so it was a Daedalus. Now she's going to be doing some big crits. Most likely going to look for maybe like a BKB now, or a Butterfly if she just wants to go even more of a damage route. Chaos Knight going for the Armlet now. He is creeping up on that. I think he just needs the recipe now. Yep. So he's basically got that. Beastmaster working towards his Aghanims as well. And Enchantress, only about 100 gold from finishing her eggs as well. Give her more attack range, that's all it does. But considering Impetus is based on distance traveled by the actual projectile, which is why there's been a couple moments where actually the Darkseer surges have been a little detrimental, because it causes the projectile to go even farther and just do a ton of damage. Pair of wards side by side here. They're going to throw out an arrow, and it's going to just hit nothing. And this sentry is actually just out of the range, I do believe. Chaos Knight has his armlet. They've smoked up. They're looking to push this bottom tier 2. They're going to wrap around. Sentry is going to be laid. Diabolic Teach is going to come through. 3-second Chaos Bolt on the Venomancer. Phantasm is popped. Reality Rift on him. He's just going to get crushed. Mirana. Split Earth on a whole bunch of them. Chain Frost is going to bounce around. Anti-Mage actually gets a kill on the Chaos Knight. Aegis was popped as well, but they still got the tower. Wall of Replica was also used. Rubik gets a kill on the Enchantress, unfortunately. So as basically a 3-for-1, but they also got a tower out of it. They burned Wall of Replica, so that's down for about another little over a minute. And he is holding somebody else's TP scroll. That explains what's going on there. Maybe now he'll look to do a Vanguard. 2,000 gold saved up on the Mirana. Hood is finished on the Beastmaster. So he's just going to look to get a pipe before he finishes this eggs. The Enchantress did finish her Aghanim Scepter. Leshrac also has a drum. He's got another 2,000 gold saved up. So maybe we'll see a Bloodstone. He could pick up a Soul Booster, actually, right now. And he's actually going to bring himself a gem. Just probably to do some counter warding so that they can spot stuff like sentries, observers. That way they don't get caught out like that again. That was a little bit of a bad initiation. The Chaos Knight was kind of cut off to the side. Manages to picked off the Venomancer, but then the rest of the Radiant team was there. And yeah, Leshrac just doing some counter warding. So we've got a 5,000 experience advantage, and gold is basically even. Apparently my game client is out of date. So there's the quick scoreboard. Telekinesis on the Chaos Knight, vacuum through. We're going to see an arrow. Venomancer ult's going to go off. Mirana's going to pop her stealth. Disjoint by Phantasm. And, oh, Chaos Knight actually goes down to Venomancer. We're going to see a Roar on the Darkseer, so that's a 1-for-1 exchange so far. And they are just walking through this wall of replica. Telekinesis. Chain Frost is going to come out, doing tons of damage. Mana Void's going to be popped. Manta Style's actually finished on the Anti-Mage. So just some rough engages for this Radiant team. Mirana's actually got the best GPM out of everyone. Gonna go heal up. Not too sure what she'll pick up next. Probably gonna sell like the Basilius or the Bottle. Look up to pick maybe a BKB. I would say BKB would probably be the safest. Rubik's got himself a Yule's. And Anti-Mage is working towards that BKB. He's actually also got himself a point booster. Probably gonna look to do, yeah. Disassembles his Arcanes, gets himself a soul booster. And now he can just go for like Boots of Travel or Treads or something. And he's gonna be working towards a Bloodstone. Venomancer's also got himself a Basilius mechanism as well. And Pipe is finished on the Beastmaster, so now he can go back, look to finish his Aghanim Scepter. We've still got about 2 minutes on the Roshan timer. Enchantress finds herself an Invis. And another sentry going to be laid down here. Aurora's going to go through on the Darkseer. Venomancer pops his ult. Pipes are popped on both sides. Beastmaster is slowed like crazy. And he's just going to go down to the Anti-Mage. Arrow's going to land on an Illusion. Chaos Knight's going to pop his Phantasm. Chain Frost is going to come through. So much damage on this Darkseer. He's going to go down to the Enchantress. Anti-Mage finishes off the Chaos Knight. He's also going to finish off the Enchantress. Now he's just going to start pounding in damage on this Leshrac. They're going to pick up the gem. And this Anti-Mage is officially scary. They're going to look to take mid-racks now. Anti-Mage is actually going to teleport bottom. Nope, just going to decide to push instead. He can finish his BKB. Mirana's going to try and stop this, but not really much she can do. She's going to pop the Mantas of her own. This tower's just going to start taking tons of damage from this Anti-Mage. And Arrow actually lands on the Anti-Mage, but nothing they are really able to do to follow up on it. Mirana's going to keep chasing down this Rubik. He's trying to juke through trees. He's going to use himself. And just go down to the Mirana. So she got 4,000 gold saved up. Roshan is back up. And the Chaos Knights gonna pop his armlet, start pounding away at this. Use his Reality Rift to break the spell block. And an Eagle Song picked up by the Mirana. Going for a Butterfly. And that's going to be Aegis. Mirana picks that up again. They're going to smoke right afterwards. Go look to take something else. Either engage in a fight or push something. And a bunch of sentries are going to be going down. And instead, I think they're just going to look to take this tier 2. Or they're going to actually wait around. They are going to sit and wait. Although they have been spotted. The hawk flying around. And yeah, they know that they're there. They are not looking to walk out of their base anytime soon. So EE's gonna just end up sitting here until the smoke expires. And perhaps, I mean, there's even sentries down, so they can't go for a Mirana ultimate to initiate. Instead, she's just gonna find an illusion. Got another 1,400 gold saved up. And I think, yeah, they should just look to take this tier 2. Restrict even more of the vision. That'll pull them down to this much for radiant vision, aside from, you know, warding and stuff like that. They did lose their gem. And someone has something flying out to them. And... what? Oh, Aghanim's being worked on by the Darkseer. He's just gonna go pick himself up. Probably just sell his stout shield. Either sell his stout shield or his soul ring. But we're gonna see a big push up top here. Anti-Mage is farming the jungle. But he's gonna immediately start making his way. He also has TP scrolls. If it comes to that. Air's gonna come through, actually land on the Darkseer. And this is going to be taking so much damage. Glyph is going to be popped. And the Fade Bolt's going to come through, do a bunch of damage to the illusions, clean those up. They've got another creep wave. They're going to pop a mech. Axe is going to come through. And Fade Bolt. And the Venomancer wards are just going out so that they can't do any kind of Reality Rift over the cliff shenanigans. Get someone caught out of position. Although it almost seems like Rubik wants them to go after him. Manages to steal axes, so he's just been throwing those out to help keep the wave pushed backwards. And all we're hearing is the whup whup of axes. Lucian's gonna come forward. Try and clean up some of these wards. But Venomancer's just going to turn around late even more. Darkseer really wants to finish his Aghanims, but he knows he needs to save the gold for buybacks. The only one on his... actually, nobody can do it. They get an arrow on the Venomancer. They're going to take down this tier 2 tower. And actually, the pipe is going to be popped. Mech is going to be popped. Darkseer gets roared. 4-second stun on him. Darkseer's going to go down. Now they're going to look to go take care of this. Actually, they're going to take out Lich, and now Anti-Mage is going to be targeted. He has to blink out. Mirana taking a bunch of damage. She does have Aegis, so she's looking... doesn't really mind being a bit aggressive with it. Aegis is going to be burned. They take out the Venomancer again. But they take down to Anti-Mage now. Mirana, Chaos Knight exchanges himself for Anti-Mage. He buys back right away, though. They're going to look to take this second this top tier 3. That's going to go down. And they're going to look to take racks. They actually land an arrow on the anti-mage. Mirana's only got level 2 arrow now, so it caps out at a whole 180 damage. They take both top racks. Enchantress is going to be in a bit of trouble. Pops the sprites. Pops mech as well. Gets Yuled. And basically just sits around to try and finish off the Rubik, knowing that can't really escape. Might as well just sacrifice myself so the rest of my team can make it out. Meanwhile, the ranged racks in the mid lane go down, so they know that this middle or this bottom push is going to be coming. Beastmaster gets himself a blink, so that'll be great. He's just sitting on this point booster. He's just looking to make me a fool. I keep calling that he's going to be going for a eggs because he did the last game. And Butterfly is finished on the Mirana. Who needs survivability? Who needs a BKB? Pshaw, I say at you, is what this Mirana is saying. And Leshrak's got himself a BKB. He's got himself another gem. Just decides to go for the super survivable route. Again, one of those things, can't really blame him. Chaos Knight's got himself a Vit booster, along with an armlet. Maybe looking to do a heart, or even just a Vanguard, although Vanguard at this stage of the game is a little silly. Would block a lot of the Venomancer wards, though. And they are just looking to exercise their lead. Just checking Roshan. And these illusions just do so much damage now. And another 3,500 gold saved up on this Mirana. Chaos Knight is basically just taking an initiation roll now. And this anti-mage is killable. He's made of paper. If he doesn't have his BKB up, he's down to 9 seconds. Only used it once. But if he doesn't have his BKB up, he's just going to get stun-locked and right-clicked like crazy by this Mirana, who is going to pound out some huge crits. She's got 21 armor as well. So she's taking 56% less damage from a physical source. And it looks like Darkseer still playing around with the courier. And these illusions just looking to do some uphill harass on the tower, along with clearing out some Venomancer wards. Try and keep this little fortification. What is Rubik steals? Rubik steals lightning. So some good anti-push. Even more anti-push, in fact, for them. Between Frost Blast, the wards, and now lightning. It's all of the lightnings. And we're just going to see a stalemate at this tier 3. And really, they're going to wait either for Roshan to be back up, which they have a boar keeping an eye on it, or they're just going to wait for someone to slip up a little bit, get a little reckless, or they're just going to go for it. They're just going to pop everything, shred through the tower. Anti-Mage jumps into them. They just pop the Mirana ult, roar on him as well. Chain Frost is going to come through, not finish off this Mirana. Chaos Knight goes down as well. Beastmaster goes down as well. The Chaos Knight bought back. Darkseer goes down. In the meantime, But Roshan is going to be up in any minute. The Marana did manage to survive, which is a big deal. Going for a Helm of the Dominator, just going for a Satanic now, so that she can pop that, right-click with this Anti-Mage, trade blows with him, not reliant on her mana. And they know. They are well aware that it's going to be any second now. I don't know exact times. And they did manage to at least get the tower, so this Rax is exposed. PTC is going to have to constantly worry about that. There you go. Roshan's going to be done. And attack speed slowed by 80, which is just crazy. And so much damage being dealt. Marana picks up the Aegis. Chaos Knight gets the cheese. And the Satanic. So she can get the Reaver. Just needs to get some buyback money and then enough for the recipe. And using lightning and single instances of Pulse Nova just to push this lane up. Again, they want to pressure this Rax as hard as they can. And now without a tower, they are able to just push the high ground. Chaos Knight, they're thinking of going in on him. Arrow's going to come through and hit nothing. Phantasm is going to be popped, though. Wall of Replica is going to go out. The Chaos, or the Chain Frost just bouncing around like crazy. They pop the Marana ult, and they're just going to disengage. They say, okay, you pop both of your ults, and we'll just pull back. Clean up the illusions, clean up your wave. Now we're just going to... We know that your Anti-Mage's BKB is down. We know that Wall of Replica is on cooldown. Chain Frost is on cooldown. So we can just sit and wait. Although the Wall of Replica lasts forever. There we go. Finally fades off. So now they can just push high ground. Manta is going to be popped again. Phantasm is unfortunately not up again yet, but they're just going to look to shred the Rax. They're going to Reality Rift on somebody. Anti-Mage is trying to last it. He's going to get picked off. Buys back right away. Roar gets stolen, actually, I do believe. Yeah. And Chain Frost is bouncing through again. Lich is going to go down. Darkseer dies as well. Anti-Mage manages to finish off this Beastmaster, but he goes down once again. That's going to be game. Enchantress buys back. Glyph is going to be popped. But that's Rax down. And the... There you go. GG is called by PTC. Another very well played game by EE. They managed to hold together in a very rough game. Hold out against a pretty much free-farmed Anti-Mage. And it was one of the things I brought up. The Anti-Mage went down, and then there was, like, he went down, and in this case, he didn't have BKB up. And there was nothing really that the Radiant team could do. Anti-Mage would jump in, he'd just get locked down, die, get right-clicked by this very fed Marana. And there was nothing they could really do. But there you go. There's the scoreboard if you really wonder. I'll also leave the final game stats up. And I was Blightwind. This was round 2 within the Gosu League qualifier. We've got one more round to go. So I will be following EE. I will jump into that game. I was Blightwind. I hope you enjoyed things. Please check out my YouTube. www.youtube.com/Insidious. INCEADUS. I will also be posting these up there. And I will leave a link to my Twitch. There you go, final score screen. Check out Gosu Gamers for all of the gaming need you are interested in. And I hope you all have a good game. Stay tuned for round 3.